people are
nasty.
ridiculous.
People
Yes.
nasty.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob.
Happy quarantine, everybody.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I got a little taste of it this week. I had to work from home for a few days. And yeah, it's different, you know? Just knowing that you can't go somewhere.
Do you feel like cabin fever is starting to set in?
No. It was only a few days for me. I get to go back to the quote-unquote normal world on Monday.
The kids and I are going on 5 weeks
Yeah. It's a long
of
time.
just being home.
What did you say?
And I'm not complaining. Huh?
What was that word you used? Did you say defist?
What?
I don't know. I heard something wrong.
I said we were going on 5 weeks since we've been at home.
Yeah.
I don't know what you heard. You and your faulty ears.
You did get to venture out for a little bit. I took you guys into the parking lot of Walmart.
Yeah. The kids and I sat in the car because, only one of us needed to go in. We're not going to take the kids in.
Right.
So I got to people watch while you were shopping, which this is going to sound weird maybe, but it was nice because I don't use social media anymore and I'm under quarantine. So I mean, the only contact to the outside world is if someone...
You're not under quarantine.
Well, I mean, the kids and I are here at home and we're not leaving
Everybody
unless...
just went, whoa, what?
Sorry, I didn't, that was... Sorry.
You just scared all of our family.
Okay, let me start over. The kids and I, we're just basically staying home. We're just not leaving unless it's absolutely necessary. And it hasn't been so far. But the other day, I just needed to see something other than our own piece of the earth. Because I literally haven't even stepped foot off of our property. I haven't even gone for a walk around the neighborhood or anything. I've just been here. And once again, I'm not complaining. It could be a lot worse. But I was like, I gotta just see the outside world. And it was nice to get to people watch, but it's weird. I was like, this is weird. Like, this is reality right now. People walking around with masks and stuff, and
gloves.
everybody's like, oh, don't get near me. It's weird. I was like, this is real. Like, this is not on TV.
You know what else is real that we should just talk about for one quick little itty bitty second? When we went to Walmart.
I for real legit thought you were going to say patreon.com/ the Bob and Katie Show. But, I mean, I'm just going to leave that up to you. Now would be a good time.
No.
Or not.
I want to talk about what I was going to talk about.
The one time ever that I bring up Patreon.
Right.
And you're like, no.
Well,
now's not a good time for
It's
that.
all free right now anyways. We're not even charging. I mean, the people, it's not that we're not charging. Because it's, it's sort of like a donation-based thing.
Yeah.
But if you are not a quote-unquote contributor...
that did make me sound like a jerk, huh?
Everything's locked out. I don't think so. No. Jerk about what? What are you talking about?
Just continue your story.
We go to Walmart. I get out and I start walking up. And I always park towards the back just because that's what I'm comfortable with. I don't like fighting with other cars. And I saw one of them purple latex gloves on the ground. And I went, ugh. When you see a doctor's glove laying on the ground.
Yeah.
That's out of the order.
I think that's the proper reaction. Yeah. Ugh.
I'm not touching that. Gross.
Because, your brain automatically goes, ugh, germs.
Yeah. Or anything else, Sometimes I don't necessarily go straight to germs. I see a latex glove on the ground. I'm like, oh, no, I hope he or she is fine. Whoever had this glove and had this person, I don't know. But then I go a couple more steps and I saw another one. And I was like, oh, that's odd. By the time I got to the front of Walmart, I bet I walked past 30 gloves on the ground.
That's disgusting.
Because people are
nasty.
ridiculous.
People nasty. People taking off their... God, it just kills... People taking off their latex gloves or whatever gloves.
And just throw on the ground.
Their gloves. No, taking them off improperly.
Oh, yeah.
And just,
Nobody knows how to use gloves.
If you don't take them off properly, then it just really nullifies the whole point of wearing them. And then to throw them on the ground, ew. Somebody's got to pick those up.
Yeah.
Somebody has got to come and pick your nasty behind gloves up off of the ground.
I think
Ew.
the problem is people. I mean, I don't think people think this outright, but I think in some part of their brain is just kind of in there that they think a glove is going to stop the virus from getting inside of you. And that's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's not what the gloves are for. So when you put some gloves on and then you walk into Walmart and you grab a cart, then the gloves are no longer any good. Like theoretically, they're no good anymore. Every time you touch something new, you should be changing those gloves. Now, is that ridiculous? Yeah, a little bit, but you just went through Walmart, touched everything in your cart that someone else had to touch to put on that shelf, and then you get to the register, and what do? You take those same gloves and pull your wallet out and start touching all your cards, and then you're touching the keypad with the gloves, and then you go outside and just throw your gloves on the ground. Come on.
Nasty. People nasty.
But yeah, the masks, that's a real thing. It's normal life.
Yeah, it was wild. To say I enjoyed myself, I feel like is the wrong word.
Yeah, you shouldn't say that. It's not.
No, it was a very interesting people watching experience. Yeah, just seeing families just walking around shopping like it's a normal day, but they're wearing masks. Like, this is real life.
The thing that caught me off guard when it all first started happening, and I would go into Walmart, there'd be like one or two people that have like gloves and a mask on. And you kind of go, oh, I mean, I guess I know why, but it still catches you, it catches you by surprise. Well, it went from that to like now when you see people that don't have a mask on.
Yeah, it's like, whoa,
whoa, back up.
What are you doing here?
Like you're more comfortable around people that have like a mask on.
Yeah, because that's our normal now.
It's weird. It's odd. And every business you go into, they have announcements about it in the speakers, Us here at Walmart, we want to make sure you're safe. So please stay the hell away from people. Get what you need and go home. This is one that I heard at Walmart. This is legit. It said, I don't know what the verbiage was, but it was something about loitering outside the store will not be tolerated. And then people loitering inside the store would not be tolerated. So like if someone works at Walmart and they catch somebody, like a customer just kind of like browsing real slow and they're going to be like, hey, get your essentials and get out.
You've been breathing our air long enough. You got to go.
Where they're counting folks now.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk into Walmart, they'd be like, you have a number. There it is. That's your number. And if you in there and you ain't spending money, Walmart's going to make you walk out.
Like you and your number, bye-bye. We bought a trampoline.
Whoa. We didn't go into Walmart to buy a trampoline. We ordered that thing.
Yeah, I didn't say we got it.
I know. We just want to make that clear because I don't want to be labeled as one.
You don't want to be that person.
Yeah. Oh, all the old people like passing away. And
was that like, really a necessity, Bob?
Went into Walmart to buy a trampoline. But to be fair, I wouldn't have gone into Walmart to buy a trampoline anyways because those things are heavy and I'd rather someone bring it to my door.
No, yeah, I ordered it online. I had the bad boy delivered. It came in 2 separate boxes. Two separate boxes.
On and two separate days.
They didn't even come on the same day.
Yeah. How you going to send something you got to put together in 2 separate boxes and don't ship them at the same time?
At least box 1 came first. It was they were going, okay, you're going to need a jump start. You're going to need an extra day.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get started on this one. We'll send the rest later.
We just got a Ring doorbell and you get the notifications. Well, when the guy brought it, it set off, like, oh, video. I went out there and grabbed that box. That box is freaking heavy. And like, I struggled to get
Our
it in
FedEx
the door.
guy, he is like...
Whoa. Yeah, that's what threw me off. So I was like, man, did he like drag it through the front yard? He had to use like a dolly or something. So I pulled the video up because I can do that now. This son of a gun picked it up and just carried it up the hill on his shoulder and dropped it on the front porch. Made me feel like self-conscious. Like that's how bad it made me feel. Because I'm a grown man. And I'm a big dude. I don't know that I could have carried that box up that hill the same way that guy did.
Yeah.
And he wasn't like a bodybuilder.
Oh, no.
He's a normal guy.
He's just like
Yeah.
young man. But apparently he must work out or something. I don't know. He's strong.
He must work out. So yeah, we got a trampoline. And you don't think about it when you buy a trampoline.
You have
they
to
don't-
assemble the
They don't
trampoline.
deliver a trampoline. They deliver
2 separate boxes full of pieces.
a chain link fence without the fencing. So it's just these metal poles, a mat,
More metal poles.
more metal poles, 1,800 springs that as a child grabbed my hair so many times. I'm scared to touch them. You know?
Does it make you cringe?
Oh, yeah.
When you were doing
Oh,
it the other
yeah.
day? Because I knew I was handing them to you at one point, and when I picked up that first spring in my hand, it made me cringe because it brought back all those memories of getting pinched and stuff.
And you got stuck. You ever get stuck in the spring? Because
I
the
don't-
spring would grab like a part of your hair. I was flipping all over the place. And I used to have a mullet.
I definitely had my hair caught in it, yeah, and got my stuff pinched. Oh my gosh! But yeah, I cringed. I totally cringed whenever I handed you. I was like, ah!
That is the first thing I've ever put together that I was like, I am reading this book word for word. Because if I put all these springs on this mat, on this trampoline, just to realize that I'm putting the legs on backwards and I got to take it all apart, I'm going to burn it. So I read it word for word to make sure we put the thing. It took us what, 3 hours? It seemed like it took a long time.
Yeah, and well, it's funny because the actual trampoline, the frame, the springs, the mat, that part took really no time.
Oh, yeah, that was easy.
It was all the safety accessories that you buy nowadays for your kids that we didn't have back in the day.
No.
My trampoline had no padding, no netting, nothing. It was called, you jump on this part
Yeah.
and stay on this part.
Right. Like the one we have, there's a mat around the springs. No trampoline I ever jumped on had a mat around the springs, right? Then it's got a net to catch the children. And I'm just like, you know what I had? A ground. And sometimes it didn't even have grass, depending on where you was at. Like just the ground, you know? If they jump too far, they're going to land on a mat and inside of a net. When I jumped too far, like one leg would go inside the springs, the other leg would go outside. One time I dangled upside down
I believe it.
and I had to have someone lift me up because I was a fat kid that couldn't do sit-ups. And you know what? When you're dangling upside down as a fat kid, you know what you're worried about? Your shirt coming up and you're fat. Look at this. Kate, let me show you. You've seen it before. Look at this thing. I let a truffle shuffle kid, right? You don't want that hanging out as a fat kid. So you're hanging upside down and all you're worried about is trying to keep your shirt back down. I was like this. Man. Yeah. Oh, and the springs. Rusty. You ever seen a trampoline with silver springs on it? I did when I put this one together.
Yeah,
And I'm...
our springs were rust
Oh,
colored.
yeah. You land on them springs, like, I need to get a tetanus shot or something, man. Look, I'm bleeding from these springs. And it grab your hair. And it would make a noise. When you jump on it, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You know them trampolines that make noise when you jump on them? The one we have out there doesn't do any of that stuff. It's really nice. And I'm just like, for how long?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There was a comedian. His name was John Heffron. Really, really, really funny guy. And he had this bit about his mom bought him a Nerf ball, like a football. She's like, oh, here, take this. You can't hurt each other with it. And he was like, oh, yeah? And then we dipped it in water and froze it. It
Oh goodness.
was like a challenge accepted or whatever it was. It was really funny. Reason I bring that up, we buy this thing. And like you said, putting the net and stuff up was the hardest part. And you should tell people what you had to go through.
So-
But before we get there, this is what these kids do. I look out the door because we let them jump and we came inside for a second. I was going right back out. I walked out the door and all three of these kids are on the outside of the net, walking around the trampoline on the part that was like, hey, that's the only part that if you fell, you would die. And that's what you decided to do.
Yeah, like really it's the only way you can use it dangerously.
Yeah.
And that's what our kids figured out within moments.
And it was like
it
one of
took
those-
just mere moments. They're like, let's go outside the net and walk on the ledge all the way around.
And there's a net. So it's like one of those movies where you see the people that come out the window on like a building and they're having to like shuffle down the side of the building. That's what they were doing. I was like, you can't even jump up and down out there. Because if you do, you'll fall off. Why are you out there?
Because you're not supposed to do it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they do it.
There's
only reason.
There's nothing in my bones that makes me want to do that. But I know if I was a kid, I totally want to do it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And you would have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would have. Yeah. I tried to climb in a barrel
And just
one time
like
and swim.
Just like our kids, you would keep trying to do it.
Yeah. Until I succeeded or got hurt.
Yeah. They don't tell you ahead of time, like, what you have to do to attach this thing, this netting.
When you told me how you had to attach the netting to the trampoline, I looked at you and I said, this is on you. I'm not going to do it because if I have to do it, they're fixing to jump on an unsafe trampoline like I did when I was a kid.
I was going through it with you step by step. And I was actually surprised at just how quickly we were moving through. I was like, this isn't so bad. Really? I was like, oh, we're almost done at one point.
I put the entire trampoline together basically by myself. The only thing that I had you do was like when I had to like spread out the mat, I had to have you hold one and hook it up so I could hook the other one up just to center it. But other than that, you just like gave me the screws and stuff like that. Like it wasn't that hard. And then you told me this and I was like, I'm out.
It was the next to the last step. And it's like, find this string. And I was like, what the heck? What is this? What are they talking about? And it's like, you basically have to sew the bottom of the netting to the trampoline. Like there's holes in the bottom of the netting and you take this string. It's like shoelaces. Yeah. They give you like these 6 long shoelaces and they're like, good luck. You have to like tie this into the spring, thread it in and out, in and out, in and out, and then tie it to another spring and then get another one. I feel like it took me as long to sew that thing down as it did to put the whole thing together.
Yeah. And
but
here's
it's done.
Scary part. Here's the scary part. In our relationship, we had one person that went, I can do that to keep our children safe. So that's what happened. We only had one. When I saw it, I was like, this ain't going to get done right because this is ridiculous. First of all, I don't even know how to sew. And that's what you have to do, basically. What about all the families out there that don't have that one person like you, that have 2 people like me?
Then their children probably jump on unsafe trampolines.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever we came inside, we had the booklet with the instructions and stuff. And I was about to throw it in the trash, and I was like, well, let me just flip through here, see, before I toss it, if there's,
Oh, did you read the warnings and stuff?
No. But as I am flipping through this book, I get to the back.
Oh.
And there are, I kid you not, in black and white.
Shut up.
There are written instructions on how to jump on a trampoline.
No way.
And there's
drawings and everything.
Look, the basic bounce. And there are 4 steps. There are 4
there are not.
steps to the basic
there is one step.
Bounce.
There is one step. If you have to read them. Let's talk about this.
Number 1.
Here we go.
Start from the standing position with your feet having shoulder width apart and with head up and eyes on mat. I'm assuming this was translated not very well. Number 2, swing arms forward and up in a circular motion. Number 3, bring feet together while in midair and point toes downward. Number 4, keep the feet shoulder width apart when landing on mat.
All right, let's break it down. Let's go back to number 1. You know what? Before we go back to number 1, let's just say that we can eliminate right off the start all 4 of those and all of the words. I think there's only, hang on. Is there even a word in here that we can keep? Let's see. No. The only word that matters is not even in there. Let me tell you what.
Standing position. You can keep that.
No, you can't. No, let me tell you. All right. Here we go. I'm going to rewrite this book right now. All right. The basic bounce. We'll leave the title the same. All right. Number 1, jump. All right. Let's go to the knee bounce next. That's all you need is jump. That's the only word you need for the basic bounce on a trampoline is jump, right? After jump is land. Either you do it or you don't. You don't need a paragraph. I have a 2-year-old and he just jumps everywhere. You know how to do it. If there's anybody on the trampoline that just lays down at first to try to jump, that's fine. They're having a blast. Just leave them alone. They don't need to read this. They're
With
good.
the trampoline, whenever you get on it, it's almost harder to stand still than it is to not have at least some motion of
it ends in
jumping.
lean. The last part of the word is lean. You can't, you got to be moving. You can't just stand there.
Yeah, I thought this was great. I was like, are there really
Let's read the knee bounce. Let's
the
do
knee
that
bounce? There's only 3 steps to the knee bounce. Believe it or not, how there's less steps to the knee bounce than the basic bounce? I don't know. I haven't read it though. Number 1. Oh, okay. Number 1 is start with the basic bounce and keep it low.
Yeah.
I like the part. You got to keep it low. All right. Yeah, keep it low. Number 2.
It could have just said little jump. Step 1, little jump.
Land on knees while keeping your back straight and body erect while using your arms to maintain balance.
Step 2, land on knees.
Number 3. Bounce back to basic bounce position by swinging arms up. Repeat.
No, you don't need that part. You don't need the land part. Yeah.
Don't forget to keep that back straight, body erect for safety.
All right, let's move on to that. There's 4 of them. What's
Are
the
we
next
really going to read all
one? Oh,
these?
yes. I want to learn how to jump on a trampoline the proper
The seat
way.
bounce.
The seat bounce.
Where you bounce on your butt.
Yeah. We call those butt bounces. Yeah, the seat.
You
There's no
you kind of
seat.
just fall down and bounce back up.
Yeah.
You just bounce back. You just
Let's read these. Let's
you
break these
you
down.
try to sit down, but it's a trampoline, so you just
Let's rewrite it. Come on.
rebound. The seat bounce. Number 1, land in a flat sitting position. How is that step 1 is landing? How do you start with landing?
I don't know.
What? How is the basic bounce have 4 steps, but
All
the
right.
seat bounce number 1 step is landing?
Yeah, land. All right. Step 2.
Number 2, place hands on mat beside hips, but do not lock your elbow.
Or your wrists. Or anything. You probably don't even need to put your hands on the mat.
Number 3, I can't read this. Return to erect position by by pushing with hands.
None of that sounds. None of that sounds correct. None of it sounds correct. Okay, let's.
How is instructions? Return to erect position by
Yeah.
pushing with hands. How is something like that in instructions
No.
for trampoline jumping?
Okay, let's rewrite this. All right, the seat bounce. Step number 1, jump. Just. That's the only word you need. Step 2, land on ass. That's it. And then you can do lots of things from ass. Lots of it. You can land and just stay there. That's fine. You can bounce back up and land on your butt again. We call it the double butt bounce. Okay? You can just roll. You can land and shoot yourself off in a different direction.
Stop,
Or you
drop,
can-
and roll,
Yeah.
fool.
Or you can come back up to your feet. So, step 1, jump. Step 2, land on ass. Those are how much ink.
That's a whole page.
Yes.
That's a whole page of instructions.
And there's pictures. There, literally everything could have been written in this top corner, and they could have saved part of a tree.
They could have just had the pictures.
So yeah, we put a trampoline up, and we took a satellite dish down.
That we did. Yeah.
Mhm.
You add one hunk of metal to the yard, you need to get rid of one, I guess.
Yeah, we canceled DirecTV. What,
I don't know. It's been
8
a while.
months ago,
It's been a while.
something like that. We just left
Right.
it
Good.
up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Good. Wow.
Right, good bit. I love my mom to death. Do you remember that? We was it
I absolutely remember that.
before Thanksgiving? She was telling me that recipe.
It's one of the things I love about your mom so much.
Well, she was either I think it was lard. She
We
was like,
were-
"You want to get some lard?" I said, "How much lard do I need to get?" And I was expecting like,
A handful, a half a cup.
half a cup something. She said, "A right good bit." I don't think they taught that in school, Mom. That wasn't a measurement that we were taught.
But yeah, I knew what your mom meant. I knew what she meant.
I looked at you and I was like, I don't know what to do. 'Cause you
And
don't-
we made those biscuits.
Right, yeah.
And they turned out fabulous.
I'm the kind of person that when I boil noodles, I follow the directions on the
Oh
box.
my God. Yeah. You will
Like,
set a timer.
I do. I set a timer. I
To
put
boil
it's
noodles.
2 cups of water, bring to a boil, stir in slowly for 7 minutes. I set a timer. I do it exactly. You will grab a box of noodles and just like throw them on the counter and then grab a pot and just put it under the sink and just pour water into it and put it on the stove, set it on fire, and later throw the noodles in. And I'm in panic mode. I'm like, what's going to happen with these noodles? How do you know? How do you know when
I
they're
don't know.
almost done? You
I just
keep
know.
over them, keep throwing them at the ceiling until it sticks? That's ridiculous.
You just know. You just know.
So yeah, when she said a right good bit, I looked at you in pure panic mode. I'm like, no, I need to know exactly how much. And a right good bit is not a legal form of measurement of lard.
A legal form?
Yeah, no, that's like some sidewalk
It's illegal.
stuff.
It's an illegal form of measurement. I'm like, all right, Kathy, that's an illegal form of measurement
It
right
is
there.
an illegal form of measurement. If you go, all right, you go to whoever it is that produces gasoline, right? And you walk in there and you go, how much of product X goes into every gallon of your gasoline? And they look at you and go, a right good bit. They're going to shut that place down. No, we need
Yeah.
to know exactly how much is in there. How much did you put in there? Well, I'm not sure.
But we're not talking gasoline recipes.
Yeah, I
we're
know,
talking your mom's biscuits here.
Yeah, but still.
And
I
it was
wanna
a
know.
right good bit.
Now that we've gone off on such a biscuit tangent that I completely forgot what we were talking about to begin with, I was pretty nervous we weren't going to record tonight.
Why?
Whenever we have plans to record, I'm like, all right, we're going to record tonight. I'm excited about it. The object is for this to be a lighthearted, humorous podcast, sort of like a comedy. I say it's a comedy. You know, we don't write comedy. We're just talking, but you know, that's what it's supposed to be. And if something happens and one of us gets upset, I typically just go, let's not record tonight because I want both of us to be in happy, like.
I mean, it's hard if you're not
moods.
in the
Yeah.
right headspace. Yeah.
And let's see, we've been recording for 32 minutes. So exactly, well, not exactly, but anywhere from 42 to 45 minutes ago, you had your head in your hands crying. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like-
I did.
I was like, we're not going to record tonight.
I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I did. I did.
I thought that was it. I legit thought we weren't going to record tonight.
No, it was just a moment. It was a moment. I had a moment with my Carrera.
Moments like this.
Moments like that. No, we've been watching on Friday nights. Mike Carrera from MXPX does a live stream,
Yeah.
and he plays songs, just him and his acoustic guitar.
That's awesome.
And yeah, we've been watching it every Friday, and it's nice. It's like your own personal little concert, and it's a nice little escape. And tonight, the very last song he played, Moments Like This, he got choked up at the end, I believe. I think.
Oh, definitely.
That's what it sounded like to me. And like instantly, I was like, I looked at you and I was like, no, because I knew. I was like,
You wanted me to close the laptop.
I like put my hand
Yeah,
out
you
to like
look
stop.
at
I
it.
was like, no, because I knew. As soon as I heard his voice crack that first
Yeah.
time, I was like, oh shoot, here it comes. I'm gonna cry.
Well, I spotted it a couple of seconds before it happened because I was listening to him. And one of the things about listening to music when you play music, well, for
I feel like
me-
we're exploiting this man's like private,
Oh, yeah.
personal moment.
I don't care. It's fine. when I listen to music, I sometimes have a hard time enjoying music. I'm constantly like critiquing it and listening to how it's made. And he writes songs very, very well. Like it's really incredible the way that he writes. And I heard his voice kind of get pitchy, like it was weird. And I was like, oh,
that's not what Mike sounds like when he sings.
He missed that a little bit. And then, yeah, he choked up and I was like, oh. And I remember I looked at you to see if you heard what just happened.
No, you looked at me because you're like, Katie's going to cry. You always do that anytime we're watching a movie or it's a song. That
You got me.
You always, and it's like a trigger to me now because it's been so many years. Like you look at me like, all right, here it goes.
Cry for me. I know it's coming. Yeah, I do. I do that. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to
so
stop.
Mean.
It's not mean. Whenever I see something and I go, oh, that's sad,
I
immediately look to you to watch the tears come out. It's like a magic trick.
It was a beautiful moment. Like, I don't know what was going through his head. Obviously, he didn't say, but it was a beautiful moment. And oh my gosh, I'm such a softie. If I see anybody else cry, I will cry. Oh, I cry the drop of a hat. Such a big baby. And I hate it. I hate it so much. I wish I could turn it off. I cry if I get mad. If I get like really super mad, sometimes I cry. And it makes me so angry that I cry because I'm mad.
But you pulled it together. You came out here. And honestly, you're putting on one hell of a show. I'm proud of you.
Whoa.
Look at you all professional and stuff. Professional. Love it. Love it. I'll tell you what. I get real wrapped into my hobbies. You know that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I took a picture. I took a picture of the studio and I sent it to somebody because I was making a joke about working at home. And they responded with just, why do you have so many guitars? Like, I was like, what a question. Like, it's a weird question. And the answer to that is because I get wrapped into my hobbies. There's a lot of stuff that I have a lot of. It's just not as big as guitars, you know? And I'm really into this podcasting thing. I love it. I always wanted to be a stand-up comedian, never had the guts or time or most importantly, the work ethic, because you have to work real hard to be a stand-up comedian. Lots of respect to those people. But I'm into it. And when I look at you and you're talking to me and you're being a podcaster, all I can think is, I love it. I do. Isn't that weird that like, I'm not saying it's like a turn on.
I feel like that's a very private moment.
It's pretty close, you know? It's kind of like, have you ever seen
and everybody's just like, oh, it got awkward really quick.
I don't care if it's awkward. This is about me and you. I don't care. I'm talking to you. You ever went to see someone play MXPX, perhaps, you know? And let's say that you think, you know, this, we're not going to say MXPX. We're going to say somebody else. Dashboard Confessional. You've seen them play before. So Chris, what's his last name? Carrabba?
Chris Carrabba?
He's on stage, right? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how handsome is he?
He's a fairly handsome dude.
So what do you, like 7, 8?
Like a 7. He's real small.
Okay. So a 7, that's a good strong number. It's a good strong number. But when he sings, does that number flex?
Oh my gosh.
Right? That number goes up. Oh, he can sing. Oh, he's a 9.
Like
right?
If ever there was like a dude that's like could sing and it's like just panty dropping, like good, like it's him. Like he's good.
Okay. That was a bit intense to find out
bit too much.
I mean, I'm not
saying like
Dashboard Confessional.
No. It's not even like that. It's not even like that. Not even like that.
My point is, it's like that for me. When I see you podcasting, you get extra points. You know, like 2 extra points. That puts you at like a 12.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You want to turn this off and hang out together?
We could play some video games.
Is your phone charged?
Well, I mean, it is.
We should probably get some context to this because everybody else is like, wait, what? I'm going to do something you don't like. And I'm sorry. I'm talking to the people now. Katie and I are going to try a new project and it's probably going to suck really bad, but we're just going to do it for fun. We downloaded a couple games to our phones that you can play together, like online. And we're going to play together and capture the video of our phones but we're going to podcast, or not podcast. We're just going to record ourselves and, talk while we're playing. And we're going to call it Bob and Katie's Play Date and just put it out there.
Because we can't handle just hanging out with each other
Yeah, no, we got to do something weird. Hey, I don't want to play games with you. Let's record it and share it with strangers. Yeah, I don't know. I have that. That's just in me. I want to do that kind of stuff. But your phone, it's swollen and it's weird. So I had to ask you, is your phone charged?
My phone, it got dropped several times, and it's kind of like bowed out. And my battery. Oh,
whoa! What was that?
I have no idea.
I just felt like I got Men in Black for a second.
Did you feel like a celebrity for a second? Like it was like the paparazzi? Oh, wow! Get out of my bushes!
You hit me in the eyes with that light. I was like, wait, what's my name? Do I remember things? Did I just what happened? Where are we at? No, that was nuts. Why is that so bright on your phone? There's something wrong with your battery, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so my phone, like if you go
into the settings?
Yeah, into the settings, there's a battery health thing, and it's like a percentage. Mm-hmm. And after this happened, I would check it, and it was gradually going down. And now I don't have a percentage at all. It just has like a line. It's just like nothing.
Yeah.
And my phone, it dies very, very quickly.
How quick do you think?
I mean, I guess if I'm like using it from fully charged to dead, like just nonstop, playing a game or something. Oh my gosh. I don't know, but I would say 30 minutes would be generous.
Whoa. So it's going to be, you're going to have to plug in for us to do this thing that we're going to try.
Like the kids, we let them FaceTime with their cousins the other day, and they loved it. Oh my gosh. And my phone, I gave it to them. It was about 70% charged. Mm-hmm. And they talked for 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes, I think. Yeah. And then, they had to bring me the phone because it was like 1%. It was dying.
That's great. I'm going to try to get it. You know what? I'm trying to get it fixed for you tomorrow. I called a place to see if they were open because you don't know who's going to be open nowadays. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try to get that fixed for you.
When in the grand scheme of things, I realize that my phone battery is not essential.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm scared that it's not safe. Like there's something internally. Oh. Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, I don't even want you putting that to your face.
It doesn't go. It doesn't. It's not closed all the way on the side.
Well, you said to me you are such a smart person. You really are. But you said something earlier that I was like, I don't know, Katie. I'm not sure.
Oh God, what did I say?
Well, it was like it's like busted open, and you said to me, you were like, I think something like snapped loose, and it's, that's what's going on with it. And I'm like, no, that's not what that is. That your phone is swollen.
Oh, I meant like whatever connection, like with the battery, maybe something isn't. I don't know.
No,
anyway, the battery's trashed.
No, the connection is fine. If there was something wrong with the connection, it would turn off. What happened is, I don't know how it happened. I'm not a scientist, but probably it getting slammed on the ground by the kid.
It's like my phone went out for a bender.
The only thing that would
swollen, cracked, dirty.
The only thing that would make that phone swell like that is the battery. Your battery is swollen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want it to explode on the side of my head.
That's what I was telling you. Don't put it to your face anymore. Just speakerphone it. From here on out, speakerphone it.
Oh my gosh, I can't talk on speakerphone. Have you heard these kids?
Speakerphone it. That way you I don't want you walking around looking like Two-Face from Batman. Why? Because you wanted to talk on the phone like this. Put that nasty thing to your face. You know how nasty these things are? They got Corona all over them.
Mine don't. I wipe mine off with alcohol wipes.
You don't go anywhere.
There you go. My phone's good to go.
What really sucks is that phone in particular. That's it's an iPhone 10.
Yeah. And X, whatever.
We didn't do one of those plans, like, pay this X amount of dollars a month or anything like that. I just bought the phone.
Yeah. There's no insurance. No.
And it wasn't too long ago.
No, I've had it for a couple years.
Yeah. But I mean, like the amount of money that you pay for one of those phones, a couple years is not a long time.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't disagree with you there.
Like for my phone, I did that thing where you pay for it monthly, and then whenever you get to the end, they're like, oh, you can now do it again and get a new phone. And I'm like, man, I don't know. Like it still works. The phone still works. It's an iPhone 7. I know there's been 18 phones since then, but my
and there'll be 18 more.
Yeah. Plus they got rid of the home button. And I try to use your phone sometimes, and I don't know what I'm going to do when my phone breaks, because without having the home button, I was holding your phone. I was like, this is not okay.
It was weird to get it used to. Yeah. It was super weird. I definitely press my thumb on the screen like all the time.
It's absolutely outstanding that in the midst of a pandemic, this is what I'm thinking about. Mm-hmm. Like, why did they get rid of the home button?
Well, I mean, we've thought all the thoughts, the serious thoughts, the sad thoughts. Yeah. We've thought all those. And so has a lot of other people. Mm-hmm. And now I'm bored and I want to think some other thoughts.
Do you want to watch that Mike Herrera thing again?
No. Oh my gosh. I bawled like a baby.
I'm proud of you, by the way.
For what?
For doing, the stuff you're doing. I mean, you're taking care of these kids every day. You're not going out.
No, it's for us, for me and the kids.
We're very lucky, though.
It really, I mean, it's not that drastic of a change for us.
Nah.
I pretty much stayed home all the time anyway. Don't get me wrong. I'm like jonesing to get out of the house and just go like browse Target and have coffee dates. And, I'm like, I'm chomping at the bit, but I'm not. Priorities.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I like completely lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's odd. It's a weird thing to think about,
Oh yeah. I was saying it's not that drastic of a change for us. So I feel fortunate because I feel there's for so many other people, even for you staying home, it's got to be hard for you because you're so used to getting up.
No, it wasn't hard for me. It wasn't hard for me. I was just home for a few days. There's a lot of people out there right now that are just at home, and that's just, that's just life. And it's that's the kind of thing that'll test your marriage, man.
For anybody who's not like having to stay at home, I know they probably look at some of the people staying at home and complaining about it and like, but for anybody who's ever been like in, confined like that for an extended period of time, it's hard mentally. It really is.
Yeah, I know I found out today that I was going to be able to go back to work. And the first thing that I asked you was, you excited about that? Because I was, I'm a bit much, and I know that I am. I'm a different kind of person. I'm a 15-year-old in a 34-year-old body. Like, I'm a different kind of person. So it was a legit thought of mine. I was just, not that I'm like, I wasn't hoping that you go, oh yeah, I can't wait to get your ass out here. Oh, and I knew it wasn't gonna be like that, but I was seriously like, do you feel better knowing that you're gonna get a few days with me gone? Because I'm
not to that point yet. No, I would rather you be home.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I don't like you being out there every day.
I feel like I'm supposed to say, yeah, I'd rather be home, but that's not the case.
No, because you'd be bored as heck.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to be out doing things. I don't know. You're definitely a better parent than me. Because if the roles were reversed, if you were the one that, was out, making money and stuff, this house wouldn't be as good as it is. You do an outstanding job in this house. Like you take care of weird things I don't even know existed. Like you'll tell me you clean something and I'll be like, what is that? We have one of those? I mean, like you think about things that there's no way I'd ever even
because I'm here all the time.
We were outside earlier and you showed me the back of the door and you showed me like the kick plate of the door and all the stuff around it that was like, needs to be repainted and stuff. And I'm looking at it like I didn't have a clue. I've walked in and out of the store all the time. I never saw it. Didn't have a clue. I'm oblivious to it.
Well, I've pressure washed the back of the house a couple times and the paint around the back door and on the back doors.
Chipping away.
Yeah,
oh, so you did that.
No, I mean, it's weather and kids.
Yeah. But it is a weird time.
A weird time indeed. I don't know. I feel like in some weird way, though, it's like this, I don't know, this weird reset. I thoroughly enjoyed something today or yesterday. I saw this like article and it was celebrities and it was like their gray hairs growing out and stuff like that.
There's been a lot of celebrities taking heat.
And I don't know. I feel like it's in a way, I don't know, like everybody's human again. Mm-hmm. We're all just as vulnerable. Well, not just as vulnerable. There's obviously some at higher risk.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, but we're all vulnerable creatures and we're all in this together. That's what I feel like. That part of it is nice.
Here's the weird thing. As a society, we were already going through these shifts and changes, the Me Too moment we're trying to make things better. In my opinion, sometimes we go too far in some subjects. You know, we're having to learn. Like this whole social media thing where it gives everybody a voice and you can see everything. Like we're having to evolve to that. Like that's a weird shift in knowledge and empowerment. It's a weird thing that we have to get used to.
Culture has shifted.
Just because of that.
Yeah.
Just that one thing.
Yeah.
When you start going through a pandemic, you're going to see a couple of things happen, and you're going to see them happen to an extreme measure sometimes. One, you will see people really want to help people. Like, hey, let's do this. Let's do this thing. Let's help these people. Let's do it. And you can have a super, super big hearted person that does all of these amazing things. And when they bring these groups together and you're like, wow, this is amazing. And you can have that same person watch a video of a celebrity talk about, oh, this is rough. And you'll see him go, you can F yourself. We know it's not rough for you. And that's happening. And like, there's a lot of celebrities that are being put in check, and I don't think they're used to it, and they don't know how to react. You're not special anymore. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of money.
Well, I mean, in their eyes, it's rough because
you got a big house.
Like in the way that that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't that drastic of a change for me and the kids because our average day a lot of times is staying here at the house. Where for somebody like that, for people who are used to traveling or, just used to being in the public eye for whatever reason, it's rough on everybody. And I think it's not fair for us to judge.
No. I'm not talking about judging. Uh-huh. I'm just talking about you got to be mindful of what you're saying in a time like this.
Oh, yeah.
You can't be like, oh, it's like being in prison on Instagram and you in a huge backyard in front of a mansion and it's you, your husband, and a kid, when there's like a family of 8 in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah. Well, not that we were a family of 8.
They don't care that, they don't care that
that's
you feel
something
like you're in a prison.
that I've thought about, in the past 5 weeks since we have been here. Yeah. It's just a few years ago. It was me, you, and Reagan and Riley in a tiny. Well, yeah, we started out in a tiny little 1-bedroom apartment when they were first born, and when they were 8 months, we moved into a 2-bedroom apartment, which was still really tiny.
Yeah. And then we had a third kid.
When it was on the second floor, so we had no yard. The kids couldn't go outside and play. We had a tiny little balcony, and that was it. Mm-hmm. And so, the kids, they're out there jumping on this new trampoline that, first of all, thank God we had the money to buy. I'm very thankful for. And, I'm so glad we were able to do that for them. And yeah, we have a yard for them to play in. And for them, life is still pretty normal. We're very blessed.
I mean, even like the trampoline, like that's a weird thing caused by a virus. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of conspiracies about how this actually started, but who knows? Nobody really knows, but there's a good thought. There's a real good thought that it was from, an animal. Maybe somebody ate something, right? So let's just go with that for just 1 second. It's so weird that somebody ate an animal and I bought a trampoline because of it.
Yeah,
it's a weird thing, and you might be thinking to yourself, "What does that have to do with anything?"
Somebody ate a bat, and now we have a trampoline.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's real life right now.
Because I made the decision when we buy things, we always sit down together and we go, "Okay, this is a pricey item. Let's talk about why we're doing it, how it's going to affect us financially, and if that impact outweighs whether or not we're going to use this item." A couple of months ago, we wouldn't have bought a trampoline.
We actually talked about it back around Christmas time.
Yeah, and we decided against it. But now we can't go.
Dear God, please give us a trampoline. We need something for these kids to do.
If we put something big and bouncy outside, maybe they'll just go outside and leave us alone. Like that was a deciding factor.
We are not the only ones.
Yeah.
We are not the only ones.
I know. The doorbell. I said earlier we bought one of these Ring doorbells. I've wanted one of those things for years, but I could have never justify paying for it because they're expensive, But I was sitting there one night and I was like, I don't know what happens. Like, what happens if things start to get real weird? Are we going to wish we had a camera outside our house? We need to buy this camera. And, that's a thing that happened. We now have a camera and a trampoline because somebody ate a weird animal. It's an odd place that we're living in right now. But I'm glad I can sit down and talk to you about it. That's fun for me. I enjoy it. Makes me feel a little bit better about life. Makes me feel like I'm not as crazy as I think I am. That other people are thinking the same things. It's fun.
I don't know that I'm the one that you need to gauge yourself off of, though.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I really look up to you in a lot of ways. So are
you trying to make me cry again? What are you trying to do
I'm always
here?
trying to make you cry. It's fun for me.
That's
why I look at you.
That makes you sound like the most horrible person in the world.
It does. I do sound like a horrible person a lot of times. We had this conversation earlier. You had they cut you open. What's that called for the take babies out?
C-section?
Yeah, and it was itching the other night. And you pulled your shirt up and you kind of pulled your pants down a little bit and you were scratching it in front of me. And then you looked at me and you go, "I'm sorry if this looks gross. I'm like scratching my fat stomach." Or you made some comment like that. And tonight, my stomach was itching. And I pulled my shirt up a little bit.
Yeah. Sympathy itches.
I guess. And I was scratching it and you came around the corner. And my first thought, even though you see me naked all the time, my first thought was, oh, I don't want her to come around the corner. It's my nasty fat flab is hanging out and I'm scratching it like just some podunk. Just, how's it going there? Oh, you know, like.
I mean, I get it. Like, even though you see me all the time, I still don't want you to see me in unflattering ways.
Yeah. Well, me being the immature-minded person that I am, I thought, it reminded me of the night before when you were scratching your C-section thing. And I thought, I'm going to pull my pants down. Not like all the way, just like pull it down like you did and just start scratching and like in front of you. And the reason wasn't to make fun of you. It was just because I was reminiscing about the situation and I was like, oh, if I did this, she would think about it. And it's funny. But sometimes I forget to you didn't have any of that context. All you had was all of a sudden I was pulling down my pants. And
Bob's making fun of me scratching my C-section scar that 3 of our children came out of.
I'm not really a mean person. I'm just weird.
I know.
So when I made a joke about...
That's how we've made it almost 13 years.
Yeah, when I made a joke about wanting to see you cry, I don't want to see you cry. It's just when we talk about it, I think of all the good times we've had that you cry. Like it's a part of my life.
I'm such a crybaby.
Yeah, like when I see...
When I think of Katie, I think of crying.
If we're watching a movie...
I think of tears.
And something really heartfelt happens, like a really good thing, I automatically just turn your way. Because I'm like, is she going to cry? I want to see it happen. Not because I want to see you cry, just because it's odd to me that it happens. Because it's when the sad thing happens in a movie to me, I'm just like, okay. And you're over there bawling. Oh my God, they shot the dog. Oh. And I'm just like, you get another dog. It's okay. It's fine. It's a movie. They didn't really kill that dog. It's not real, but you get into it and you accept it. You accept it to a reality almost to the point that it changes your mental capacity for that situation. And
you do it too.
I do.
I mean, maybe not in the same way, but I've known of you to watch movies and they got to you.
Mm-hmm. Like I'll watch Rocky and then afterwards I'm like, I want to fight.
Like that one morning you got up and watched Anne Frank.
Oh, that was a bad idea.
Oh, God, this is not the way to start the day.
I like history, and I was always fascinated around World War II and all of that stuff. And, I like the Anne Frank movies. And so, yeah, I saw this movie, and everybody was asleep because I wake up way earlier than anybody else ever for as long as I can remember. And I think I woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. You were asleep. We were staying at your parents' house at the time, I think. They were asleep. Everybody was asleep. So I was like, I'm going to watch a movie. And I saw that and I was like, oh, I'll watch Anne Frank. Pfft. So the movie goes off and it's like 7:45. It's like an hour and a 45-minute movie, 2-hour movie. Everybody's waking up and I'm just depressed. Like, this day sucks, man. I just want to go back to sleep. You guys are all waking up, like drinking coffee and chit-chatting in life. And I'm just depressed. So, I mean, yeah, it can happen. But it happens a lot with you. It happens a lot. I love you, though. You got such a big heart.
I know. I'm telling you. I wish I could turn it off sometimes. Yeah. It's annoying.
You got a lot of crazy, though.
It's inconvenient.
When you have a heart that big, there's a lot of crazy floating around in it.
Yeah.
just pop out, just seep out every now and then. Not a lot of people get to see that. I feel very grateful that I'm the one.
That you get to see all my crazy in all of its glory.
What scares me is I don't think I've seen it all. That's what scares me.
No.
See, I don't have as much crazy as you do. I just got a lot of weird. There's a lot of weird floating around me, but my heart's not as big as yours. I have a good heart. I feel like I have a good heart. It's just not that.
You do?
It's not that big. It's real smart, just real small, just the people that are inside of it, oh man, protected for sure. But if you're not inside that circle, no. But no, you got a big heart. I'm not going to say I enjoy seeing you cry. It's just intriguing to me to see such passion. Like you have a lot of it. It's good.
Thank you, I think.
And right now, TV's all we got.
Oh.
There's a lot of TV happening. A lot of TV. You wanted to watch something last night, and I remember it's like, oh, we're going to watch something? And I'm just like, oh. I think we get burnt out on watching stuff.
I'm never tired of watching Bob's Burgers and Rick and Morty. I could watch those all the time.
I enjoy Rick and Morty.
They make me happy.
That's fun. Hey, find your laugh.
Find your happy.
I hope it recorded.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm looking at it. Everything looks right. But like you just don't know. You never know.
You could totally, did you record Reese saying Linda from Bob's Burgers or something? You should totally try to put the audio in at the end. Because we were talking, we had just said something about Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah. Where's
Wouldn't that be cute?
It would be cute.
What are you looking for?
My phone.
I gotta take these headphones off. They're hurting my ears. Oh. Oh my gosh, it is midnight.
Yeah.
Whew.
You're not tired of it, right? Oh, well, hey there. You're still here. You heard the music and everything. Why didn't you hit stop? Why didn't you move on? So this is just a little snippet of Katie corrupting our child with Bob's Burgers.
I wasn't letting him. My microphone's off. I wasn't letting him watch it.
Oh, I know.
We were just talking about because I have a Linda sticker on my laptop.
But we talk about it so much, he knows. Mm-hmm. He knows. So here is that little clip. Our little 2.5-year-old monster.
No.
Hey, where's Linda? Where's Linda from?
Bubble Girls.
Oh my God, he's so cute. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
What if he's not? What if he's not and we don't know?
We have those parent goggles on. Yeah. I don't care. I could eat them up. I love me some Reese Oden.
Love it.
I mean, I love all of them.
Yeah.
I love them all.
Yeah. Especially if they're probably going to listen to this. We love them equally. All of them equally. But he's a cute little baby.
He's still squishy.
Yeah. I'm still squishy.
Yeah, you are. People nasty.